Wait, dirac7 is Winston? Yes. You didn't know that? Okay, Winston, so tell us about your username and how you came up with it. I don't know what it
Oh,
means.
that's
Oh, make you
that
up.
is actually a strange story. I just chose it sort of randomly. I just thought I used to be really into physics stuff. Sounds kind of nerdy. But have you ever heard of Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Yep.
And I guess I watched that as a teenager, and I guess in one of the episodes, they're trapped in this dimension like ocean thing, like almost like a separate universe. So that was like a theory based off um, a scientist named Dirac, and he was actually one of the top. He's actually considered like the top physicist after Einstein of the 20th century.
Oh, so his name was Dirac? Like your username?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, I just kind of randomly used it because honestly, I tried using a lot of different usernames for different things and even adding numbers to them, but they're always you to use. So I just randomly used this, and then I kept using it.
I was gonna ask what the 7 means, but I'm guessing you just chose the number.
I just wanted one number. I didn't want multiple numbers, so I just that was the only one I could. That was the first one that came up that I didn't have to try using multiple numbers. And I was like, okay, I'm using this.
Gotcha. Oh, can you see me on the stream? Because Papa's saying to refresh if you guys don't see me. Can you see the stream okay?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Winston, sorry.
So I thought you were talking to stream. So I actually turned off the stream, but just left the chat open.
Oh, okay. No worries about it.
Yeah, I thought it'd just be kind of weird, like seeing double me or listening to myself.
Like talking to yourself.
Yeah,
This is How did you come across the channel and why did you follow? I kind of know the story.
I think I came from a Helen raid. I can't remember for sure, but and I'm not. I just. I think I just ended up in Hell. Originally ended up in Helen's channel just through another channel. It's kind of one of those things. I just I don't know how I got here anymore originally, but yeah. But yeah, I think I followed you at first, but then I was like, oh, I don't know about watching a pro beater. then I think I came to some sort of event, and then I think I gifted Ben not too long before that somewhere else, and then Ben like gifted me, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'll give this channel a chance.
I kind of remember
and I
that.
guess the rest is history.
Yep. You've been stuck since, is how you put it.
Hmm.
Oh,
A willing prisoner.
yes, a willing prisoner. What are some of your favorite games? I know you really like Tales of Vesperia, but what other ones?
I'm mostly an RPG player. Like I like games with like strong stories.
Hmm.
So like, so, I guess you played quite a few of them, but I wasn't around for it. It's like Detroit Become Human,
Mm-hmm.
or like a lot of Final Fantasy games. Although I will admit that the quality of those games have gone down significantly over the years. Well, or it's just more that there isn't as many as there used to be. I remember like back as a kid when they used to come out like every year. Now what was it like? 15 came out like 3 4 years ago, and then we just got like the 7 remake earlier this year.
Yeah, and then 16 is coming out, I think, next year or something.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's coming
I
up.
would be
Oh, wait.
surprised if it actually came out next year though.
Oh, true. It might be delayed because of everything, right? That's
Yep.
what they say. But when did you learn Japanese? Or how did you end up learning Japanese?
So I guess since most of the people here are American, first I have to let everyone, like the Americans and the non-Canadians, know that in English-speaking Canada, we're forced to learn French.
Mm. Hmm.
So after like many years of learning French, I not I don't think most people didn't really care either, so we weren't that good at it. Plus, I was scarred from, well, not scarred, but I kind of scarred from like Cantonese Chinese school, so I didn't want to take Mandarin. Then it's like first chance I got to take another language, it was like something like ninth grade or something. So it's like, so because of that, those reasons, I came down between Japanese and Spanish, and I just chose Japanese because I knew more people taking Japanese. Little did I know that I would actually like really get into the culture eventually.
Okay, so you took classes on the language first before you got into the culture? I thought you took the classes because you were into the culture.
Nope.
Oh. But yeah, I also took Chinese school. I took it until grade 11 because you
Oh
get
wow, you took
credits
a
and
long
stuff.
time.
Ah, Mandarin too.
Yeah, Mandarin's more useful on a wider scale. Like if you, the Cantonese is good, I guess, if you go to Hong Kong and Guangzhou province, I guess, and I mean Canton province and China, but I guess some places like I guess in Toronto, and Vancouver, but I get Mandarin is much more versatile. My Mandarin is non-existent, by the way. So
Your Mandarin might be better than my Cantonese.
no, my Mandarin is non-existent.
Oh, like at all? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I know how I'll say a handful of phrases, so that's it. So that doesn't really count.
In Vancouver, are you required to learn French until grade 9, like we are here?
Grade 8 technically, so in grade 9 we
Oh,
can choose.
lucky. We have to take it in grade 9, and then after that we
But
can
I
choose
think it
French.
makes sense because you're technically a lot closer to Quebec, and so
It's right beside us.
and you probably have a lot more exposure to the French language because I hear, even here like certain regions of Ontario, it's pretty common for people to speak a fair bit of French.
Hmm.
I thought you should know this. You're in Ontario.
Yes, I am. Good know. Oh, sorry. Oh, what about the Japanese culture do you like so much?
Don't know. I just watched too much stuff. Like I used to, after I got into the culture, after like, learning language for a while, I self-taught myself more of the language, and I started watching anime and watching a lot of dramas, as you kind of probably realize. Though I haven't really been into it in recent years, just because it's like, well, I got a little bit sick of it, and then the other part of it is, well, you don't really have people to practice the language with. So my speaking skills are probably very, very bad now, although I can still understand a decent amount just from listening.
Sorry, just replying to Ding. Grade 9 applied French.
Well, what languages did you learn, like aside from French and Mandarin? Did you take anything else in high school?
No, I didn't take any other languages. I think I wanted to learn Italian and maybe Korean at one point, but I just never did it. Um, but I
Korean was an option for you in high school?
nope. You would have to go to so instead of Chinese school, I would have to take it on the weekend at the same time. And then obviously my parents were like, "You got to take Chinese," and I was like, "Okay, no choice."
No choice.
You can still do it, Pixel. You can learn. I mean, I could. I could probably self-teach myself. I feel like I would pick it up slower because I'm older. I heard like you,
That's true.
yeah, I heard
I
like
think the
you
big
should learn when you're
thing,
younger.
well, the other big thing is that Like I said, even though I was pretty reasonably confident in my Japanese part, it's atrocious now, at least speaking wise. So if you're going to pick up a language, you kind of need to at least put some practice into it, like every week at the very least. After you, that's after you've gained like a certain level of, I guess, proficiency on it. So you want to learn Korean, huh?
I did at one point. I don't know if I do anymore though.
Was it because of the K dramas and the K-pop?
Yeah, at the time I was into K-pop. Not anymore though.
Mm.
Oh, you're watching the new Wonder Woman dude? I heard the new Wonder Woman was bad though, and to not watch it. But
According
I
to
don't know.
10, that's the
According to 10,
only
yeah.
source I have. I was going to watch it, and now
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
watch it too, like just because I'm curious. Oh, how are your holidays?
I didn't really do too much. I had turkey, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
um,
You bought lots of turkey.
too much turkey now. Well, it's $25 off at Costco, and it's like, okay, if I can get, I don't want a turkey that's too big, so I found like a smallest one I could find. It was like $40 turkey, so it's like, okay, so this is now a $15 turkey because it's $25 off.
That's pretty good.
Yes, this is what I mean by it's like, well, even like if it wasn't that cheap, like I think turkey is still a good deal, and it's like a very healthy meat if, as long as you don't do anything too unhealthy with it.
Like
Like a
deep
lot
fry it.
healthier than like eating mammals at least, and chicken is like full of hormones and stuff unless you get organic chicken, and organic
Mm,
chicken is really expensive.
it is. I think I had a coworker who did that. Then after a while, they're like, not worth it.
Like if you have like a lot of health issues, it might be more beneficial. But for the average person, it's like it's probably better just to eat some organic, but then eat just regular stuff. But then don't eat huge portions of it.
Sure. 40 has a question for you. Winston, do you think turkey is a low tier meat when it comes to flavor?
I like turkey. I don't know. It's like, but I don't think it's low tier. I think it's pretty good. I think it's all about how you prepare anything. I think like any meat can be like really good if as long as you prepare it correctly. Like even like I heard even like gaming meats. Like if you though it's like way more work. Like if you got like venison, which is deer, or like even bear meat, that it can be very good, but it just takes a crap load of more work to make it more palatable for the average person.
Yeah. Bear meat especially is pretty game.
I haven't had bear meat, but even like deer meat or buffalo is like very gamey. So, but it's like really healthy for you though, in comparison to like your average red meat because it's well, this wild meat is just healthier because it's like organic and it's leaner and it's like all the good things about meat. But we're raised on farms meat that's like given grain, so it's probably not it's not exactly the most healthy thing in the world. But
Kevin, Winston! Winston, I'm gonna need you to make me a top tier turkey meal.
oh no.
Oh no, no worries, Mitch. I didn't see it. 10 says, do you want to play a game? Maybe at the end, if Winston is okay.
oh, I know this is going to be the same game as last night. Pixel Strike is going to win, and
Is it like a quote game or is it a different game? If it's the quote game, we can get somebody else in here. That way it'll be more fair. That
we
help?
have to team up against six, so because
Yeah.
otherwise it's the only chance we have.
They can team up again. I don't mind. Did we ask Winston how he got into Japanese? Yes, we did. It was school related. And he decided to take it over Spanish. Sorry, Morty. The same game? Okay. We can have somebody else come in.
Yeah, we can do it a little bit later, I guess.
After your
Do we have
Kev,
any? But we have to figure. We have to have you volunteer, and we have to, and hopefully they're good at paying attention to quotes.
would anybody like to volunteer to team up with Winston against me? Yeah, Winston has got a nice jaw on him. Did you ever think about being a boxer? Kevin.
Uh, that's a weird thing because I think a lot of people, some people have made comments in the past that well, you can't see it from like the front, but if you saw like side profile, it's like I did have like an overbite and my jaw is a bit longer, so
Oh
actually
dear.
was recommended that I. This is why orthodontists, by the way, because like orthodontists are often like perfectionists.
Hmm.
Like, so of course they would suggest, oh, you should get teeth taken out and braces, and then we'll send you to this surgeon, and he like remove part of your jaw and then I guess like not replace it, but put it in a different spot so it'll give me a much nicer side profile, and I'll fix my bite and everything, and it's like then I'm like, what's the minimum I can do, and I don't without teeth taken out. But so I just got Invisalign. I actually got Invisalign really late. Actually, I still have Invisalign right now,
Okay.
and it costs me. It costs like It costs like after everything like $9,000. So I am not happy with that bill.
That's a lot.
Yeah, could go on a few nice vacations for that. But
Oh,
yeah, I decided just not to opt for the surgery because of course it's like really painful, and I didn't want to have teeth taken out and all that. But I guess I wanted people to like me for me, not just because I have like a nicer looking face with after the surgery.
yeah. Oh, it'll be right now, Ace. So, I don't know if you will get a lot of them, Ace, but it's basically 10 will read out a quote that's part of our uh collective channel. How would you put this, Winston? Yeah, part of our
Basically, it's quotes that mostly like I guess like they're quotes like spoken on stream by Pixel
hmm,
or relayed by Pixel or written in chat by one of us.
those quotes. So, he's
Yeah.
gonna read it out and you guys, well, me and you guys will have to guess who said it. But you guys would have had to either been here for the quotes or have kind of memorized the quotes. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so I think I might know a decent number of them, but it's like
I
I
think
think,
you would know
but
a lot of them.
but I but I didn't sleep much last night because I stayed up too long with 10.
Oh,
So, so no, I know Pixel, like you're like more sleep deprived, but then I think you're very equipped just because you're like this is your channel, so you are always here.
that is true. You're here quite a bit though, Winston.
I am, but I don't pay. I probably you pay more attention to chat than the chat does to
Probably little
itself.
things.
Kevin, that would be the case for the earlier quotes, but as has gone on, Ben has quoted more people.
Hmm.
Although
Yeah,
I think Ben should quote himself more often, or at least the other ones should be like quoting Ben because I'm sure there's other things that Ben has said that can be taken out of context. Since he keeps on taking things out of context.
I feel like I should learn the command and then maybe I can just add it myself. When he's talking, it's like add quote. They are Kevin, but I feel like a lot of them are the community saying things too. Y'all say some funny shit. You too.
Well, sometimes it's like I think even Ben had a quote about me the other day, and he just said, okay, let's just pretend that, let's just take half of what Winston said. Let's not finish that sentence so I can take it out of context. So it's like, oh, okay. Fine, Ben, have it your way. On that point, I should have called out Ben and what Ben, you should come on stream one day, like on an interview, like, even if it's just voice, even if it's sign language.
Ben did say maybe one day. He didn't say
Yeah,
when, but he said one day.
one day before Twitch dies, right?
Would you be up for it, Kevin? All right. What I have next is Winston's time to talk. So, anything you wanted to ask or to bring up? Could be anything.
So I'm just going to talk about the stuff I was going to bring up. It's kind of a dark, more, well, I don't say dark, more serious topic, which
Okay.
is like kind of goes in line with what like your second half of the stream where it's a little more serious. So some I've let you guys know tidbits in the past, like that I had some health issues earlier on in life. So I didn't let you know the full extent of it. It was actually that it actually started in high school, and then there's also psychological issues that happened after the fact. So, but I wasn't until like my 20s until I was, I guess technically recovered, but that um well, it's more like they finally actually were able to diagnose me. So I was put on medication, so it was under control. But then I had a lot of psychological issues for a number of years after that, and that whole process took, well, 8+ years. So it was a lot of time in my life that I lost. So technically, I actually never finished high school. Yeah, that surprises people because I have degrees. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's actually, I got my degrees are more recently. I actually challenged my way to get into school and got my degree and a good school. And yeah, so, but I guess it's made it very difficult in terms of building the connections I want in life and figuring out what I want because, well, first, since, I am like in my early 30s now, so it's like everyone is that age where like a lot of people are married or are getting married or having kids and everything, and I'm
I
kind
feel
of
you.
like, oh, I'm just a few years into my career now, type of deal. Where and dating sucks. Dating sucks in my career. I'll get into that later, maybe. But so I think it kind of left me in a dark place for quite a while. So but I think I just wanted to. Like, this is why actually originally when I asked you to come on stream, I thought it'd be good if I go into the depression area, but the spot that you have later on today. But I guess this works too.
Yeah. Well, I figured
But
you've never had a chance to kind of talk, so I
yeah,
figure I'd give you like more of a spotlight. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Brinson's here too now, or is he?
Yeah, I was like, how do I pause
But
the alert? But I couldn't do it. Hi, Burston. Morning, y'all. How are you? Uh,
but then oh, go ahead. You finish.
oh, I was gonna say you went through that for 8 years. So would you say you're still going through it now? Because I know it's not easy to kind of
Uh,
overcome that.
I would say it's like I wouldn't say it's I've overcome it, but it's I would say it does still have its challenges because it's like sort of like the long term side effects of something. It's I'm healthy. I'm psychologically I'm a lot healthier now. I did go through a lot of soul searching and counselors, although I don't think the counseling was that helpful. But I think counseling can be helpful because it's just about finding the right person
For sure,
that
yeah.
you kind of mesh well with,
Mm.
and that. So I did have one counselor that kind of got that, but they were pretty unorthodox because but then my case was a little bit it was a little bit weird too. So but so I just kind of wanted to say is like it's just really it was really tough saying it's like oh I feel like so many years behind my life because of all these challenges. So like I wanted to just say to some people that they're having actually I was like struggles like this. It's like it's important to keep trying. Like it's easy to give up. I feel. I feel that for a while I did give up, and it wasn't really trying. Otherwise, I probably could have picked up the pieces a little bit, at least a few years sooner. But I think it's important to find support. Try to like find what makes you happy, even if you don't know what it is. It is a tricky topic, and I think like for me, I just wanted to build connection. I think this is why I kind of like this community. I kind of wish that I could actually meet more of the people in this community or live closer to some of you.
Yeah. There's a lot of people I would want to meet in real life because I feel like I'd be, actually friends with them and want to hang out regularly. But distance
Yeah,
wise, yeah.
yeah, and because like for me, it's like because I don't have a lot of those connections that I would like to have because of everything I went through and the people I do have, like. But I know one person. He's like, well, he was closer to BD. He's an RCMP, but he was like near Shaunaville, which is I guess it's a few hours away from like Saskatoon. But now he's like posted up in northern Saskatchewan for next year or two. So like a lot of people I know like they moved away because I mentioned this a few times in chat too. It's like Vancouver is freaking expensive.
It is expensive.
So
I want to visit, but even visiting is expensive.
yeah, it's just like, really expensive because we have like the temperate. It doesn't get too hot or cold. Well, relatively speaking, and we got the beach and mountains and all that good stuff. So, and I think because then we'll have more land to build more homes.
So, do you, I hope you don't mind me asking, do you have people in your life
So
that feel you have built some connections with? Like meaningful connections with?
I would say so, but the thing is, I would say it's not as deep as I like to be, or I don't get to really see or do things with them very often just because of how busy they are, or if they have, or if they don't, if they live somewhere else, or quite often it's a combination of all those things too. It's like, oh, you live far, you don't live nearby, you're married, you have kids, and you're like super busy with other stuff. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
so that kind of makes it a little bit harder on top of everything else that I mentioned.
It's hard, especially as an adult, to make new friends too. I because like especially at our age, we're 30, like you said, a lot of them are married or about to have kids. They're kind of busy with their own life. I think I had a
Yeah,
friend that was going through something similar to you.
yeah, and I guess like sometimes I get down on myself because it's like, oh, I wish that I was like instead like I was like several years younger and dealing with like getting my life together and figuring everything out because then um I would feel like I just had more time. So like I'm just going to say it. I know Morty was like always. He's actually mentioned this a few times, like how worried he is about like letting opportunities pass him by
Mm.
and not knowing what he wants to do. I think that time is a very valuable commodity, and even if you don't know what you want to do, as long as you try things out and try learning more about yourself, that's something that is invaluable because like most people don't know what they want to do in life, and like I still like well, technically like just where I ended up going into because of just the restrict like I honestly didn't want to take forever to get through school, so because of I felt I was like behind and everything, I didn't go really deep into sciences. Like that was like science and math was more my specialty when I was younger. So I actually skipped a year in most of those subject areas that I kind of like just took the easy path in terms of getting into like a decent career. Relatively speaking, because it was still hard. But honestly, like looking back now, I think I would have liked to be a psychologist. So I think I enjoy working with people and helping people, but it's also like a well, you need a freaking lot of like prerequisites and education to be a psychologist. So I honestly just couldn't do it with the cost of living the way it is to even really consider that becoming going into that.
Sorry, to become a psychologist, you gotta have a doctorate, right? Also, is that like 8 years?
That's the most common, although technically you could do it with like a more advanced master's, not like your master's that takes 1 year. It's more like one that takes like 3 years. So like, and you probably need to have like generally speaking, you probably need to have a bachelor's in psychology as well. So yeah, considering like if money and time wasn't a factor, sure I'll do it. But or if I was even just like if I was like in my like if I was in my like if I was several years younger, I might even consider doing it. But it's I think I think all you can do is just try to make the best with your current situation and the time that you have, because it's unfortunately we can't turn back the clock, right? Because like
No.
I have a lot of regrets, a lot of things I should have done, or like I didn't have the right supports in my life to get myself going again, because like I come from like my family is very disconnected. It's like even very bad for like my Chinese like Asian standards, but because of how my parents raised us, and I guess that didn't leave me with much emotional support. Actually, something else I like to bring up. I guess I became like a very I guess some people probably see this. I am a very logical thinking person.
Yeah.
That comes from just because it's like when you don't have that emotional support, you kind of, especially growing up, then it's kind of easy to just rely more on logic because rather than feel things. Because
Yeah.
it's like because you know how you get the story of, let's say, your parents get divorced or something, and then the kid blames himself because they don't understand the situation. That's probably more feeling it on the emotional level. Whereas as a kid, I might just say, "Oh, this happened because of this," and I'll have like a complex thing that seems logical,
I
and
know.
it might even be logical, but
I
so it
hear that
kind
a
of
lot.
disconnects me from my emotions a little bit.
I hear that a lot from my Asian friends who grew up in that kind of environment and surroundings. They weren't shown much. I want to say affection. Well, affection is one, but a lot of things as well. Like their family growing up, they didn't really talk about their feelings and stuff. Is that similar?
Yeah, I think so like uh very much so, and I guess because of my health issues, and then because of all the complications because of that just left me with that lot that made it extra hard. Like I think if I honestly like if it wasn't for like the health stuff, I would probably still have the psychological issue. Like maybe not so much the anxiety and the depression that came with it, but I probably would have just gone to school, gone into like either health sciences, or like I was thinking like IT stuff. I was originally thinking about becoming like a computer engineer or something along those lines back in the day. But I probably would have just done the Asian thing, and then and then try to figure out the psychological crap afterwards. It's like, oh, why am I happy? Why am I just like, why can't I like enjoy things as much as I should? And that's because it's important to have a healthy balance between emotion and logic. Although, like we always, like everyone's going to have one that's a little bit more dominant than the other, but it's trying to find at least some sort of balance. You know, even if it's not perfect, because if you're too logical, then you're not going to enjoy things, or you're going to be disconnected. Whereas if you're too emotional, then well, that can just lead to like a lot of poor decision making. To be like blunt about it.
Yeah. I'm more on the emotional spectrum. I have some logic, but I think my emotions rule my logic for sure. You say you're in a good place now?
I say
Or better?
I'm doing better. I'm doing okay. It's
Mm.
like I still have some hard days because it's like, oh, I'm trying to make these connections still, but it's not like I'm like laying in my bed and not getting up either. Although some days I like I mentioned before that I've been like sleeping too much and that's probably me just being tired of stuff and not wanting to try that so much that day. So like I still get up and my body just says you're going to sleep extra today.
Yeah. Yeah, pop. Sorry, pop-ups. um, oh, I had a question for you, but I forgot. Ugh, my mind is blank right now. Sorry, Winston. I had a question for you too.
No, my mind's sort of blank too because it's no, you're super tired. I'm tired, but you're tired.
uh,
So
it came in, went in like 2 seconds. Oh, Frictionless says sometimes you just don't have the right people to talk to and don't want to feel vulnerable in front of those close to you. That's true. I think there have been some times where I felt like I didn't want to burden people, so I just didn't talk to people about them, but they probably wanted to help me.
yeah, sometimes big thing is having the right support. It's like you know like it kind of upset me at the time. But, like I even reached out to like someone I consider like a friend that I used to do stuff with her,
Yeah.
and we used to have this like a bit of a group. And she's a counselor now, right?
Okay.
So she has her like master's in like psychology and all that sort of thing. And I tried reconnecting with her, and she was very like dismissive, and it's like, oh, I don't. I guess I don't know like what's going on with her life, or if she like just forgot all about all the stuff that we used to do. But then she kind of like just cut me off and blocked me for like no real good reason. Like just like it's sort
Really?
of like yeah, and that's the last person I would expect that from, because it's like this is a pandemic and someone's reaching out to you to try to connect, and like you're a counselor. You of all people should know better than this. Like even if you just said, I'm really busy in my life with my relationship, like my career and everything. I don't really have much time to connect with you, and I'm not really that interested. Sorry, good luck on your journey. Like that's not like the response that you would like one would want, but at least that's like polite and respectful.
That's true. Instead of just like blocking you and not talking to you or telling you anything.
Oh, I see Ben's question. Do
I'll
I
go in order.
consider streaming? Um, I haven't really considered it. I don't think I would really have content that people would want to watch that much, and I don't know. I maybe, but I haven't really given it much thought, to be completely honest. Like
Uh,
I'm not that much of a gamer anymore.
I mean, one of the well, other than like wanting to connect with people and get over my shyness. But another reason was so that I could get through some of the games I had in my backlog. Even though you're not a gamer now, you could kind of become a casual gamer by streaming.
That's true. Like there's all these games that it's like, oh, or play this or play that, and but then it kind of gets just left there on the side.
But with streaming and with a schedule, you'll kind of be forced to play them and enjoy them.
I guess I can think about it.
Oh, just a thought, I think is what Ben's trying to say. Kevin says
I know.
it.
I think
What?
it's sort of Ben's idea is like how to like connect with with more people. I guess.
Oh, Kevin says, is there anything you can tell to the younger people like Morty, who might be going through it but kind of don't know where to start?
I think it's good to look at a lot of your options. The reason why I struggled for a while is because like I can't really see myself going back to high school or anything like that because I was well obviously an adult at the time, but I found an option to like go to like just study and then take this exam to like challenge my way. It's like, oh, your math skills are good and your writing skills are good, and that's okay, fine, we'll accept you type of thing. But that's just my example. But I'm just saying in jet overall, it's like look at more opportunities around you. Like you don't have to take every opportunity, but at least know what they are. So at least when you're ready to take them, that they're there waiting for you. Like sometimes and I think like especially if you're younger, I think it's important. It's easier to take more risks. Like I'm not saying take dumb risks, like go drinking and driving or
No, no,
something
no,
like
don't do
that. But
that.
like if you want to like say, hey, I'm really interested in this, I want to explore that, then like even though it might hurt financially, if it turns out that you don't want to do that, that at least it's like something you could have enjoyed and you're able to learn more about yourself. I've heard of stories where so many people they complain about, oh yeah, it took a couple years to do this and it didn't work out. But sometimes that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like it's when you're like if you wait 10 years and you didn't really have those opportunities or you didn't take those chances, then unless you're like lucky enough to actually find something that you really love, then it's then those are just missed opportunities. Those are just things that you kind of regret on. So I think it's better just to take some of those chances, calculated chances, mind you, and learn more about yourself and try new things, but don't be dumb about it.
That's good advice. I mean, it's possible they were overloaded frictionless. It was, Winston said it was around the time of COVID, everything going, but we won't know. Morty says sometimes he's just an overthinker.
Yeah, I'm an overthinker as well. I think it's sometimes you just have to pull the trigger, just pick something and do it, even if you don't know. Like you can maybe even as an overthinker, you can probably at least narrow down what you would want to do, like to a couple of things. But sometimes it's just like what presents a good opportunity in one of those areas and just taking it, even if it's scary. But like you don't want one thing is that you don't want to regret is like not like just waiting years and just taking advantage of any of the opportunities. Like take at least try some of them, even though that you're afraid that you might miss out on something else, because at least then you're doing something. Like, I don't know your circumstances. Like if I knew more about your circumstances, then maybe I could suggest something different or adjust that to suit you. But that would be my general like piece of advice.
It's just scary because there's a time period where you can, I think there's a word missing, something, certain things, and those things can determine a future, even though unknown factors could change anything.
That's definitely true. Like I remember watching a comedy, like, well, most of you probably don't even know this because it's an old one. It's like Seinfeld days. It's called Frasier,
My uncle used to watch that every day.
and yeah, so did I. But I remember there was an episode where, like, just being a couple of minutes later at a bookstore, like Frasier would have bumped into this girl. Like they're playing like different timelines. So like even the littlest things that we do, it can affect who we meet, and then the people that we meet can maybe that you make a connection there, and then that makes leads to a different connection. And so basically, there's no point overthinking it because like like if you just don't do anything, you're probably missing more opportunities than not. So it's like sometimes it's just that's why I say sometimes it's just good to pick something and go and do it. But yeah, I can see why it's scary. But what is it called, like analysis paralysis, when you just think a lot and then you don't do a whole lot?
I don't know. Is that what it's called?
I think so. It's like actually, and that's what perfect that I bring up Frasier, because it's like they're like the art psychiatrists, they just overthink things over and over, and then they don't do anything, and then it just blows up in their face.
Oh, Kevin says the best ice cream flavor. For me, that will always be cookies and cream. But that's just me.
I don't think I really have a favorite, but I'm thinking gelato right now because there's like this really good gelato place near me that's like they're like the owners are like from Italy, and they won awards for it back at home.
Ooh.
Yeah, and their specialty is like pistachio, and it's like, oh, it's just pistachio. But when you have their pistachio, it's like so good.
I mean, they won
Or
awards, so.
yeah, I think they have like a peach one and a hazelnut one. Some of the other things are just so good. If you're in Vancouver, you have to go there.
All right, you'll take me there. If you were to describe gelato as yummy. If we were to describe ourselves as ice cream, I don't know if I would describe myself as cookie. I just like cookies and cream because of the cookie chunks. I don't think there's a gelato version of that though. There?
You probably could make it actually. That guy can do anything.
All right, he can probably make a. What about yours, Kevin? Since you asked us, what's your favorite? Or sorry, what's the best ice cream flavor in your opinion? Rocky Road. Isn't Rocky Road the one with like marshmallows and chocolate swirls or something? Because you're kind of nutty and soft on the inside.
Oh, Morty likes pistachio,
Ooh,
and then he would really like that gelato place.
good. Oh, that was cute. The ice cream? Oh, Ben. Winston, what are some encouraging or positive words you would give to Pixel? Like in general?
Hmm. Can you have tough questions? You're putting me on the spot. Oh, I would say stay true to yourself, because
Mm,
I think you've done. As far as I can see, you've been doing that, and take breaks when you need to. It's like if you need to
but yeah.
like take a day off from streaming, because I know you're pretty. I feel like you're pretty strict with yourself when it comes to like following your schedule. Like, even if you're a little bit late, at least doing your stream. But take time for yourself if you need it. If you're just feeling a little bit burnt out one day, just say, hey, I'm not sure if I'll be streaming tonight.
Mm.
And like I know, and you're always type, always want to make up for a stream if you miss one. So like sometimes you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, and I don't know.
Be true to your heart. You gotta be true to your heart. I feel like that's a song. Ted. Um, I
Or
mean,
is there's a song and everything.
I haven't time to yourself. Yeah, I haven't really been burnt out yet. I do stream because I enjoy it and I enjoy the interactions I have with each and every one. I know I did cancel. Was it Wednesday? I think last Wednesday
Well, that's
because
because badminton, because you're such a committed person and it's like to your partner and everything.
what did I do on Wednesday? I don't even remember.
We watched Alice in
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Borderland,
badminton.
and then and then you went to sleep,
Yeah, I went to sleep
so you
because I
can
was like, I
play
gotta sleep
badminton.
early, guys. um, but yeah,
But
I
then we
guess
watched too much Alice in Borderland because I guess we got sucked in.
we're gonna finish that Tuesday, by the way. Oh, that is Mulan. Yet, yet. I mean, I don't know if I will. I enjoy streaming very, very much. It has been more of a positive impact on my life than anything. So that's why I haven't really canceled much streams unless I really, really need it, which has only been a
But don't you
couple
think
times.
some like has would you say streaming has affected your relationship with Perilous in any way? Because like I know if I was like engaged to someone and they were like streaming 4 days a week and had community nights and 24-hour streams, and I
Well,
might not be very happy with that all the time.
well, some of the community nights he does join us, but there are times where he does want to marathon some shows like we used to. So maybe in the new year, also because I want to go to sleep early for badminton, but for Monday, but I might not do Sunday streams anymore. I don't know if I really wanted to play something. Maybe I'll do afternoon stream, have dinner, and then maybe go back on for a little bit on Saturday evening. I don't know. Depends. Maybe not, but maybe I'll keep Sunday open for
Yeah, because like that's important too.
for marathoning.
It's well, I think it's actually not as bad right now because pandemic and you're kind of like just trapped inside all the time. But like speaking as someone that is trying to build connections, like if you already have them, I think it's important to take care of them too. So it's if you're spending too much time with the online community, not to say that we're not great, but you gotta like
Yeah,
you're probably going to need to spend more time with Perilous and like your friends and stuff too.
yeah. My Sunday streams used to be surprise streams, and then they became part of my schedule. So maybe I'll make them surprise, or maybe I'll just take off Sunday and make Saturday evening surprise streams. Go back to it being when I feel. That's true. I think also I started streaming regularly on Sundays was because like I just had so many games I wanted to play and like experience with you guys. So I felt like Sunday needed to be another day, but maybe I'll take Sundays back, you know? Careless is the best word cherry pick. I
Or
mean,
if you're just going to do, I guess it's okay if you're just going to do, if it's something you're just going to do anyway. Like if you're going to play Color and Malice or something like that, you can just go ahead and play. But maybe like on certain streams, you don't have to focus on chat as much because I noticed that you pretty much read all like 99% of what chat says.
I try to catch everything. Kevin says I hang out with you guys every day. I mean, most days. There's a few days where I don't talk to you guys, kind of. Oh, hi, Otter. Welcome back.
One day we will get Perilous to reveal himself to us.
I don't think you will, but okay. I mean, if you come visit, you would.
So,
Nice.
so Perilous will only not, he's okay with revealing himself in person if we're physically close to him, but not online.
Well, yeah, if you guys, go through the trouble of coming to visit us, or we go visit you, then yeah.
Okay.
When I play Collar Mouse, I'm deep in. I guess I am, because I'm 'cause 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 I'm On Pixel, you honestly one of the best chat readers I've come across. Oh, thank you. 2 hours becomes something I've been in many streams. Have been in. But it's either stream or Discord where you talk to us. Yeah, that's true. I check Discord like every day. Or probably more. Yeah, taco.
Actually, how has your life changed from like streaming? Because it's like now you're spending like an extra like with community nights and everything. It's like one. I'm just gonna make up a number like around 20 hours with the community. So
Yeah.
that's a fair bit of time.
Yeah. I feel like I've had more of a social life, if that counts. It's online, but I'm still able to like chat and make connections with a lot of you. So it feels like I'm like growing relationships, even though we're not like sitting in front of each other or anything. But I feel like we're still connecting.
But what were you doing with that time before? Now I'm interviewing you.
Oh no, I probably worked out more. And I do. Ooh, I watched a lot of shows. Basically, I was more caught up on shows. Like I think this was more closer to university. So I would do my university work, but then I would watch anime at the same time. So I was one of those girls where like for example, spring of 2017, like all the anime for that season, I would like look up which ones I liked and I would literally watch all of them. Like I was more caught up on just watching stuff in general. So this I think is better for me. This way I'm not just sitting in front of a computer screen and just mindless zombie.
That was in university. That was a while back. Like you must
Yeah.
have been doing something different like 4 years ago or something.
I'm trying to think, but I don't remember. Oh, I went out a lot probably. I went to a lot of like food festivals and stuff with my ex. I think. Spent a lot of money.
Spent a lot of money
On food
with
and
careless
events.
on food.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still go out now. Well, not now because of COVID, but before COVID. Also, Benny told me you knit. Oh, I did. I knit a baby hat on stream once, Kevin. My friend, I think, was having a baby, and I needed to knit something for the baby shower, and then I was just like sitting here knitting a hat. I don't know if you remember. It was a blue hat. Be honest, Pixel, is it exhausting handling all of us plus normal life? No, I don't think so. Carlos knows the dangers of the internet. If he showed his sexy face, the internet would. Winston's favorite animes and shows and waifus. I know Winston said that he hasn't watched anime that much lately. So,
Yeah, that's like 4 or 5 years. I don't really watch too much. I watch occasional stuff just because like like some people like strongly recommend it. Like that's why I watch TV. But trying to think.
I don't think Winston
I'm
has
probably
a
just gonna go.
waifu.
I don't have a waifu.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a waifu. If he's like Perilous, it's like, no, he doesn't have a waifu. Have shows that you like?
Yeah, I am oddly I have a lot of personality traits with Perilous for some reason.
It's because he's logical and you're logical. It's more logic than emotion.
Oh,
I can confirm that.
we are fellow robots.
I wouldn't say you guys are robots.
But I don't know. I really like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like back in the day, that's like it's a long time ago. That's like 10 years ago or something. Which you haven't watched yet, right, Pixel?
No, I will be watching it eventually, one of these days.
But I really like Psychopaths as well. So that's probably more. That's not even that recent. That's probably the most recent thing that's like not everybody has watched that that's quite enjoyable for me at least.
I don't think they're Asians box of Star Trek. You guys are like on the severe spectrum. I think they're more like in the middle, but more more this side, but still in the middle. Brotherhood too. But a lot of people said the Brotherhood Full Metal Alchemist was better though.
Brotherhood is actually the true original because
Mm.
like Kevin was probably thinking like the first Full Metal Alchemist anime, but that was oh man, it makes me feel so old. I think that came out in like 2003 or something like that. But that anime basically about halfway into the anime, they just made up the rest of the story and gave a fake ending because the manga is not incomplete.
Oh, and then Brotherhood was made
Whereas
after?
Brotherhood was made several years later, and it's actually more. It's pretty much true to the manga from like beginning to end. And it has a proper ending and everything. Yeah, it's sort of like Game of Thrones.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen, so we gotta change the story because otherwise it's not going to make sense if we just continue down this road to nothingness. So let's change some things,
And
and
end it.
then throw it. Yeah, well, yeah, add some stuff and then end it. Basically, that's what they did. Which is, yeah, I think that was the reason why they made Brotherhood. Was like, I think a lot of the Japanese fans got mad, so then they made Brotherhood. But I think that's a lot of things with a lot of Japanese things is that you get a season or two of something. It's based off a manga or a light or like a visual novel or a light novel or something, right? Even like a regular novel. But then they never finish it. Like they never finish the anime. But that's sort of like their tactic is like now we've have you, now you must buy the manga or you must buy the novel
Yeah,
to
I think
finish the story.
that's what a lot of animes are doing now. Oh, webtoons
Well, it's
also.
like yeah, because I
Ben.
think like the original like Gundam series was originally to get them to buy Gunpla like the models. That's how, that
Oh,
was their true goal.
I heard about that. Though we only made this for you to read the manga. Demon Slayer might catch up? I hope so. I heard there's a season 2. Yeah, there is, right?
like if there's enough demand for it, and they might air the whole series, but when it comes down to it, it's money, right? It's how much money can we make off this anime? Is it like if we're just going to make this and we're just going to break even off it, or we're just going to make a little bit of money, then that's why it's like, why should we even do this? Whereas if you get like those like shonen like kids to like teenager like anime series, like you get like Naruto and stuff like that. So you get kids watching it to beg their parents to buy merchandise. So then that's like let's keep the show going forever.
Dragon Ball Z Super is when they took out all the fillers and stuff, right? And
Dragon Ball
Broly?
Super is Dragon Ball after Dragon Ball Z, but before GZ.
Uh, I lost track because they.
You're thinking about Dragon Ball Kai.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I am thinking of Dragon Ball Kai. Oh. 10, are you still there? Can you hear us? I don't know if you can.
Oh yeah, his game.
Let's see what he says. 10. There is. Well, there's an hour, but I want to say there's 45 minutes until the next interview. So, if you like, we can play.
Who wants to join me?
Maybe? Let me know. LOL.
Or we can just do it some other time.
It's up to you.
Or next event or something.
Or 10 if you
It's up
want.
to 10.
But after the next interview, I mean, I feel like 45 minutes is enough. Oh, Super had lots of filler. Would you like me to drink more water so I can go in my bathroom? Goku and Frieza fought for like five. They did. I thought that was like so dumb. Goku and Frieza. Was what fight was it where Goku was like, um, making like a giant energy ball for, and it was just him harnessing the energy of this giant energy ball.
Oh, his spirit bomb.
Yes, the
That's
spirit
Dragon Ball
bomb.
Z.
He was like just I don't know even know how many
It's,
episodes.
it was like one episode of him just like focusing energy on his
Yeah, it's
hands,
just
and
like
Frieza is
just
just like
him doing this.
Frieza's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
It's
Not noticing this giant ball of energy, just like whacking him with his tail and punching him in the face. It's like, what are you doing?
but it was awesome. And in real time, those 5 episodes were really 25 minutes. Well, yeah, but for us, it was like 25 times 5. I was like, oh.
I just remember when Frieza like, threw like that energy ball into the core. So, yeah, I destroyed the core. The planet's going to blow up in like 5 minutes, and then we get like 20 more episodes of
I
that
was like, oh my god.
of them waiting for the planet to blow up. I'm
I can imagine.
surprised the young ones know about like know this much about Dragon Ball though, because like because we watched this when we were like like 12 or something, right? Or not even.
I was 10. I remember being 10.
But Dragon Ball went on for a few years, so
Well, when I was 10, it was Dragon Ball Z. And that's the one.
I remember Dragon Ball Z was like airing like aired for like 3 years or something.
Cell Saga? I think I finished the Cell Saga. Was Cell was after Frieza, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Majin Buu, I think, was after Cell.
And for those who that don't know it, that it's over 9,000 meme is fake
Vegeta. It
because
was so
it was like from a
9,000.
but it's like it's from like a translation error. I don't know how they screwed up the translation because like one time I was like someone told me about this error and I watched it in like plain Japanese. And he just says it's like it's exceeded 8,000. It's the literal translation, so it's over 8,000. So it's like how do you go from what's over 8,000 to it's over 9,000? Because I think there's like stuff going up to that. It's like his parallels 8,000. Now it's 9,000. And Nappa asks, "What's his parallel? It's over 9,000." So that was just a lot of fail by English translators, but it turned into a meme.
Censor, that's the word. They censored a lot of stuff of the translation. Hi, Arkana, how are you? What's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character?
How
This
how
is
this
really stupid.
conversation turned into
This is really dumb, but when I was younger and I didn't know anything, okay? I really liked Yamcha for some reason. I don't know why. He wasn't
you say
even like
Yamcha?
strong. Yeah, he wasn't strong or he wasn't even like a good character. But I liked him. I don't know why. And then after that, I think I liked Gohan. Which is a very generic answer.
Yeah, I
What?
like Gohan. I don't really
Yeah,
have a
I don't know,
favorite.
Morty. I don't know why. I just like Yamcha. I think maybe it was because he had long hair. I don't know. I was into long hair at the time. Americans have to overemphasize. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball. My brother watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't watch it too much. Yeah, Yamcha was the womanizer. I don't know, guys. Oh, Future Trunks was
I don't
also
know.
very
We
awesome.
didn't get that much of his womanizer ways, right? Because we just like heard one time like he saw some other girl and then Boma got pissed off at him and slapped him and then they broke up or something. And that's all we know. Because like there was like the whole original Dragon Ball series apparently that went on for a really long time, but it wasn't really it didn't air in the West.
Yeah.
So you hear those things like how they got Cell and they fought the Red Ribbon. Goku fought the Red Ribbon Army as a kid. It's like I don't know anything about that.
Oh, I see 10. Would somebody like to join and team up with Winston? Anybody? Just one person. It could be Pato and Morty again if they are willing.
Who feels confident in their quotes? Because I
Winston
don't right
Winston
now.
just needs some support, you know.
And you can
Winston
get
can.
prizes.
And there's prizes. Oh yeah, Vegeta. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Well, yeah. After Gohan was also Vegeta, and then after I think it just stayed Vegeta, and I don't think it's
Well,
changed.
Vegeta,
Yeah, his character
Vegeta,
development though. Maybe in the beginning he was a huge asshole, but after good character growth. He's the ultimate father. Pato, sure. Okay, Pato. I think Pato will join you.
okay.
Vegeta is Sundir, right? Yeah, he is Sundir. Maybe that's why I also go towards him.
He loves his family, even though he
he,
doesn't like, even though he never shows it.
he never shows it, but he loves them.
You punch my wife, I kill you.
That's the line. Vegeta was one of the best character developments ever in anime. Yeah. He became such a good guy in the end.